Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how are you today? So, before we get started, grab your coffee, maybe chocolate. You're definitely gonna need yoga pants for this, or your fat pants, whatever. Don't get offended. If you get offended, say. There's just so much to talk about. Listen, more and more is coming through about this TikTok challenge, okay? And you know as well as I do, TikTok is not for the prepared mind, okay? I don't go on it. I don't have a TikTok, but more and more of you are emailing me and showing me what you're finding coming through from your school districts, okay? And it's sad. It really is that we have to either take our kids out of school out of fear because we don't know who or what is going to pop off. And why should our children have to suffer because of some idiot that decides to do some kind of a challenge on a social media site or app or whatever TikTok really is? I mean, these are the same morons that decided to challenge people to eat Tide Pods for crying out loud. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3 more emails, okay, that are showing me what is coming in from their schools. This is sad, okay? And this is going to continue. This is going to continue. And we as parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, we have to really watch out for our kids, our nieces and nephews and grandchildren. We really do. And this is affecting their education, okay? And for people like us who are of the prepared mind, education is number one, okay? Because pretty soon we're going to have to start homeschooling if we aren't already. So a lot of us, what we're already doing is, if we're not already homeschooling, we are already buying things so we can homeschool. Flashcards, notebooks, school supplies, just in general. It's, if we have textbooks, if we can find them used or whatever, this is just good. This is getting harder and harder and harder for us as parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents. All because of an app called TikTok. And it's horrifying. It really is horrifying, okay? When I tell you that we have things called the TikTok trend that warns nationwide schools of violence. Can they pinpoint who actually put out the original thing on TikTok? Can they do that? I don't know. I am not tech savvy, so I don't know if that can be done. This is just it's getting bad here, guys, okay? So when I say I'm getting emails every single day, okay, saying, what do we do? I don't know. And I don't want to say, keep your kids home, because that's affecting their education. Unless you just want to start homeschooling. But then again, if you work, that's going to affect your job. And that's going to affect the way you live. And affect the way that you pay your bills. Your livelihood. All because of TikTok. So, I really wish that this would stop. I really do. So I want to move on to what I really, really want to talk about, okay? And this is something that I brought up last night about the grand solar minimum, okay? This was sent to me by a subscriber, okay? The same person who brought it up last night in last night's live. And he said, will you talk about the grand solar minimum? And I said, yes. I said, I planned on talking about it tomorrow, meaning today. So the grand solar minimum, okay, is a global problem, okay? And it's starting to take its toll on our planet, okay? What is a grand solar minimum? Curiosity is an essential component, okay, of a healthy mind and soul. A grand solar minimum occurs when the output of photovoltaics, and that's listen to me, PHOTOVOLTAICS, energy from the sun decreases, okay? Meaning the sun cools down, which means the solar system also cools down. Technically speaking, the sun's electromagnetic field collapses, reverses, and recharges approximately every 11 years. The electromagnetic field collapses in a grand solar minimum and does not fully reignite. The electromagnetic field is essential because it protects the Earth from cosmic rays that strike the planet and, in particular, the bodies of water, such as the oceans, and creates an abnormal number of clouds, which means the Earth does not warm up as much as it normally does, and the magnetic field around the Earth is not as strong. So why is the magnetic field around the Earth so important? The magnetic field around the world protects the planet from solar winds that come from around our sun, which carries radiation with them. And more importantly, because there is a weakened magnetic field, the weakened jet streams means the colder weather in the Arctic regions, both north and south, wander further than the usual over the planet, further cooling the world down. This causes flooding in some areas and droughts in other regions of the Earth. A grand solar minimum is a natural occurrence that takes place around every 400 years. And as a result, we get a decrease in solar wind and energy from the sun, and more galactic cosmic rays, or GCRs, reach the Earth. Now, during the Wolf minimum, okay, which was 1340 to 1380, science gives each grand solar minimum a name. 25% of people in Europe starved to death, which, when we have a step up in GCRs, the Earth experiences more seismic and volcanic activity. Hence, La Palma. An increase of cloud cover, hail, and weakened jet stream, which means we have hotter and hotter temperatures, colder and colder temperatures from the polar vortex, which we were previously trapped by a strong jet stream. Hi, Stormy, your religion, thank you. Now, speaking of weather and tornadoes, what we just saw, okay, God bless you, caused havoc in several states the last week, killing at least 100 people. Who has ever heard of tornadoes in Kentucky in December? Okay, just ask TLWKY, Tara. She lives in Kentucky. She can tell you this. Okay. Now, last week there was a blizzard warning in Hawaii. How strange is that? Have you ever heard of such a thing? of all places, because of heavy snowfall. Now, I want you to take these things into consideration, okay? Please. Now, yes, Hawaii has a blizzard warning, and when was the last time you imagined a blizzard in Hawaii? Hawaii is tropical, like Florida, which is where I am. The last time there was a snowfall here in Florida and the Tampa Bay area was 1978. Don't believe me? Look it up. Okay? Alaska, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, the Dakotas, Mississippi typically have bad snowstorms in December. But Hawaii? Nay, nay. Nay, nay. Okay? The Pacific Ocean is much more colder than it should be at this time of year. The UK, Scandinavia, Russia, China, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa are encountering record cold. Sweden recorded its coldest temperature ever at minus 35.3 Celsius. And this November was the coldest in Sweden's record history. Heavy November snow and cold hit the UK with 15-foot drifts. Imagine that. So the Atlantic Ocean is getting colder, and things seem to be getting colder and colder this year. Actually, today in the Tampa Bay area is the hottest it's been in record years. Now, granted, it's only 83 degrees, but generally in December, it's cold here. Now, I know you're probably thinking 83 degrees, autumn, really? Seriously? Yeah. Seriously. Things are wonky with the weather. Don't believe me? Keep listening. So, according to NASA, the Arctic temperatures and the sea ice are the thickest in recorded history. Greenland is experiencing record ice growth. Now, how is this global warming? It's not. Science and NASA say the planet is getting colder, but the mainstream press keeps pushing the lies of Al Gore, who flunked out of Divinity College, argues out of ignorance that the Earth is getting warmer. There is absolutely no scientific evidence to prove what he says is taking place. However, there is plenty of data to show and prove he is a liar. People need to know that Russia and China are again downgrading their crop production forecast. China reduces its food production estimate by more than 2 million tons. Where are they going to get the food? The U.S. crop production has also been reduced, such as Durham wheat production was reduced by 50% in 2021. Next year, there will be less fertilizer available, which translates to even less food production in the future. Farmers in Montana complain that fertilizer costs have quadrupled in price in the last few months, thanks to new restrictions on refineries, carbon dioxide, and significantly reduced a crucial ingredient in fertilizer production. We've told you to stock up on fertilizer while you still can. Or you can make your own. Pinball actually made a really great video, I think it was a week or two ago, on how to make your own fertilizer. Okay? So Central Asian republics and China are cutting back on potash exports. Urea and ammonia costs are also going wild and are expected to increase by at least 13 times. Which means if fertilizer cost $100 a few months ago, it now costs $400 or a ton, and soon that price will reach $5,200 a ton, according to agricultural experts. Most farmers cannot quadruple the price they get for their crops. This means most farmers cannot afford to grow and sell their produce and animals. This translates to lower food production. To summarize, we lack carbon dioxide, potash, urea, and ammonia. All necessary ingredients in fertilizer, by the way. So fertilizers will be harder to find and far more expensive if available. But I discussed this 2-3 weeks ago, I think it was. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Yeah. It was before Thanksgiving. I believe I talked about that already. Yeah. So, Russia, okay, has cut its exports of fertilizer to the world. They are building greenhouses and conserving water in the south central region of the Asian part of their nation. Natural gas costs are starting to rise, which will harm everyone who heat their home, especially for those of you guys that live up north. So, these are just little things that you guys need to be aware of, okay? You've been wanting me to talk about this for a while, and here it is, okay? And you know, I'm going to put some images in for you real quick, okay? And these are the 400 years of sunspot observations, okay? Here they are. Okay, so here's some other things that I just want to talk about real quick before I end the video, okay? Now, you all know Marbury, okay? She brought this to my attention because tax season is going to be coming up, you know, within the next month or so, okay? She does taxes, okay? She does people's taxes and stuff like that. Sean and I do our own, all right? But if you use TurboTax, okay, she said this might not affect you directly, but it will affect someone you know. So TurboTax has been an icon in tax services for years. This year, after 10 plus years offering free online filing for those earning less than $73,000, has stopped. So, awesome. So now we're going to have to start paying for it. So, because we use TurboTax. So if you guys use TurboTax, okay, if you do your own taxes and stuff like that, now it's going to start costing you. So she said, please pass this information on. It's very important to the middle and low income families. So thanks, Marbury. Okay, so she wanted me to pass this information on to you guys. All right, so I'm passing it on for you. Okay. Excuse me. And then this was sent in to me, okay. A subscriber was sitting in a parking lot and looked over and saw this. My first thought was, even the flag is sad and disgusted with what's happening in this country. Yeah, it is. So here's a picture of what she saw. Hang on. And then this picture was sent in to me, and in the subject line it says truth. Yeah, it is the truth. No kidding. Here you go. And then I got this email from a subscriber who was referring to my video from yesterday from about the DEF. Okay, he said, I just retired from being a mechanic of 40 years. And yes, what you are hearing about the DEF is real. And to add insult to injury, most of the new farm equipment needs it also, and the public transit buses. And also, once you burn those DEF sensors out of running without it, well, guess who makes them? Yep, big Asian nations. So what a way to bring a country down. Yeah. So what he's saying is, without without DEF, your DEF sensors are gonna burn out, and you're not going to be able to get them because why? They come from Asian nations. So they're bringing down a country within, within. God, I can't even talk. This country is being brought down within itself. Why? Because, hello, administration. But, So this was brought to my attention as well, okay? And the subscriber said, have you seen this? Every state in the U.S. has their own version of this. They all follow the same timeline. I'm having a hard time finding the state versions now, but this one is in the U.S. Check out how they ban all air travel and close all airports in 2050. Screenshot attached in case you can't open the PDF. Yeah, I can't open the PDF. So I'm going to put in the screenshot. It's tiny lettering, so pause the video so you can read, okay, what is being here, okay. Oh, and it goes from road vehicles, rail, flying, shipping, heating, appliances, food, mining material sources, material products, production rather, construction, manufacturing, electricity, fossil fuels. And in 2050, it says absolute zero for flying, shipping, and fossil fuels. Absolute zero on those three. These, just wait till you see it. Hang on. And in closing, someone sent me this. You guys know me all too well. No kidding. She says, I love your Italian outbursts of enthusiasm when someone gets under your skin. Here's something to think about. And this also goes along with being a Marine mom too. Just wait till you see it. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I love you. Stay safe. Stay positive. Keep prepping. Keep laughing. Keep smiling. And as always, fear less. Ciao.